Alright, hello. I am late, but I am here, and I am here with something different, because Divine Dream is back. I am once again able to work on that. And, well, DevStream is a good place for me to get reacquainted with it. Hello, Alex. Yes, DevStream is a good way for me to get reacquainted with it because I have not opened my design document or FE Builder in solid half a year. Yes, I also hope it's more interesting. But of course I will have to figure out what I'm even supposed to be doing in this case. One thing I can definitely start with is fixing some dialogue errors, because I have been using the text that Divine Dream uses for dialogue is in places in Sacred Stones used for tutorials. Oh, yeah. What is it? Well, I don't necessarily want them to be recruitable. You mean, yeah. I don't remember if I gave any consequences to them being alive or dying. But I suppose it is tracked. Again, it is a bit difficult for me to remember. Maybe I have that in my notes. But no, they are not supposed to be recruitable, they are just a little bonus to help you on this map. I have considered making them backup units that you might get if you lose someone else that could return in the later chapter. But I do not want them to join you immediately. For that, they do not fit in how I have the units planned out. Maybe I could make that clearer. But yes, if you have any specific feedback regarding what is in the ROM pack so far, especially in terms of balance, that would be very appreciated. Because balance is one thing that I am not really concerning myself with all that much. I figure that is something that can be done later. It would help if they had a generic portrait on one hand, but on the other hand, I did want them to be actual characters, which, again, maybe it's not for the best, but it fits in more with this idea that all the characters actually matter for the story. Like, the only generic NPCs that I want to have in this ROM hack, since it is on a smaller scale and can afford to do that, are the enemies. I guess that's how I would put it. Maybe I could also give them a smarter AI. That is one of these events, I believe. Oh, this... Do they not have vulneraries? I genuinely don't remember how that worked. Also, I can't remember where the Dragon Vein events are. I think these are it. So... yeah, I guess there are a lot of axe using Bonewalkers, so the soldier is not doing well. Oh, okay, there's the event pointer, but it's the same for all... oh, okay. I need to remember how things worked, and I believe that Dragon Veins had their own menu. Dragon Vein effect table, there it is. This one is the library. This is the blacksmith. This is the one. So this just loads the unit placement. They do have vulneraries. Maybe they aren't using them soon enough. I could give them a more careful AI. Well, then you are making much faster progress than myself. Admittedly, I got very ambitious with this one and wanted all those split paths and things like that. But yes, I guess I'll note that down for later because I would have to remember the details of setting up AI. I'll put it down in my notes as something to potentially correct. Chapter 1 also ability flow AI or healing or something. Alright, but I guess since I am still somewhat rusty with FE Builder, one thing that I could probably do decently well is to maybe set up some of the classes that the enemies will be using. For instance, I do know that I can replace the centaurs since I don't plan on using those. Oh, or I guess I do actually have some notes written out that tell me what to do over in this chapter, which is supposed to be this chapter is supposed to be a guidance chapter that you might be able to get to situationally, depending on how quickly you clear the previous chapter and also how fast are the units that you have. And as for streaming a builder, I don't know how well that will work out anyway. But streaming in general, I found, is definitely more tiring than just working on the thing. Although on the other hand, it does have the benefit that you have that feeling that you are actively being recorded mostly, since it's not guaranteed that someone will watch it, so you have the additional motivation to actually do the work. And as for the work, I need to change the starting event over here. Before anything else... Yes, hello. Before anything else happens, over in this map, I need to set up map changes. Because depending on how the previous map ended, whether you finished it on time or not, their tile changes, that's the one. Depending on whether you finished depending on whether or not you finished the previous chapter on time, either the temple or the house in the corner will be destroyed, so you get different conditions. Different secondary conditions for the chapter to clear. And I don't actually know if that is the generic Microsoft font. It's just the one that I found that was the closest to the one that is actually used in the Sacred Stones. Which apparently it is that one. That's the font that I am using for the thumbnails. So here I need to read a flag. Check whether flag is set. That's the name of the font that I am using. I need to check the flag 79. And then branch if equal with conditional 0. No, wait. That's the one that I want. So if C is 1, it will jump to 0, 0. Then I need which one was it? Label 0, that's the one. And so if the value was 1, oh, so actually I want if the value is 0. If the value is 0, then I want to execute the map changes. That being this one, that the house is still standing, and this one, that the temple is ruined. Then the second step would be spawning in the units by their groups. I have to thank them from half a year ago for actually setting up the units already. I would not want to do it right now. So, unit place, load units and move, I think is the right one. And we want these ones. And then, depending on if either of the two bosses of the previous chapter survived, they also appear here. And that, if I check the global flags, that would be, I suppose, also flag 79. Because the last chapter is Kill a Boss chapter, and therefore the Archmogul does not exist. Well, it does exist if the previous chapter was failed. So we could do it as an if-else statement alongside the tile changes. If I can remember how to do it. Oh yeah. The way you do it is that you have a second label, and then at the end here you use go to step 1, and then between this and after label 0 we can have placing the units. Placing the units for the group that involves Noctar, and then separately there is a need to change. There is a need to check the flag. Uh, 78 is one that checks whether the Gorbus was killed. And then if it was, so if it is 0 then he wasn't killed, so we skip if it is 1. And then here we have label number 2. And we place the other group of enemies. And I think that might be something that can already be tested. Because if I didn't mess anything up, then the enemies should be placed, although we should remove the other scripts that would place enemies, and also remove the tutorial scripts. Now, one thing is that I do not remember where I had saves set up. Although I suppose I can use the debugger to skip to the chapter. Also, how is volume on the emulator? Is that too loud? Actually, I'm pretty sure I should have. Some quick save. Okay, a black screen is presumably not a good sign. I could check without skipping the event, if that's going to help. That's interesting. This is a conversation from the village, so what character appears here actually changes based on who was interacted with last in the previous chapter. And it plays 3 times. Okay. Well, I think I see the issue. There is an infinite loop somewhere in the event. Oh, I can see why. It's because I am using labels 0 to 2 for my own script, and they are also used further down. So if I remove all of those, it should be fine. So this jump to chapter 3. Why is it still happening? Oh, and then just twice. Okay. I don't know what Edwin is doing all the way up there, but other than that, the normal enemies spawned, Noctar spawned, but the Gore did not, and that was taken from this save file where the Gore was already killed. And I think in this he might still be alive. Probably not, actually. What other saves do I have? Oh, this is from where I was trying to get the footage for support conversations. But that's not really relevant. So I actually have to do the whole thing with Anna. Start the chapter. So now, since the Gore is alive, what just happened? Okay. Some kind of technical issues are occurring. Okay, for now I am just going to assume it works. Okay, what is going on? It's acting... I have no idea what that was. But let's try it again. For the replacement for the avatar... I genuinely can't remember what I ended up planning for the replacement for the avatar. You mean as in if the player decides that they don't want to have one, right? Yeah, I can't remember what exactly I decided to do with that. I would have to check my notes, but that would be boring to watch. Anyway, what I wanted to do here is start this so I can go into the guided chapter with the other boss still alive. And he did spawn. So I at least remember how to set up events. And the next step in setting up of the events is to move in the party. Which is this one. These 5 units. Then chapter objective. For 3 characters of the base ones. Again, I do not remember the context of that. I can check it later. I'll make a note so that I don't forget. Alright, but that will be for later, since I don't know how long that would take, how deep I would have to dig into the notes. For now, what I have in front of me is chapter objective. So by default, it would be in the chapter editor. By default, yeah, it would be the same as in the previous one, defeat the boss, so 50 and 19D. But then, as another example of the tiny, probably unnecessary detail that I nonetheless want to do, if both bosses are alive, I want to change it to defeat bosses. So I guess the smart way of doing it would be when the flag for the first boss is set, it is also copied to slot 1. And then when this one is checked, it is copied to slot 2. And so the first flag is set if the boss is alive, the second one if it is dead. So I would have to I guess invert. I could do an XOR on the 2 values, which would tell me that either both bosses are alive or both are dead, which would work because there is no case where both bosses are dead but you go to this chapter. So yes, that is actually smart. And that would be slot C is 1, 2. No. 1, 2, C. So then if result of that is 1, so they are different values, meaning one is the flag for it being, for one boss being alive is set and flag for the other boss being dead is not, then we would jump to conditional 3. Alright, in this case we would, if the value is 0, we would jump. That is one thing that I have to get used to once again, that the branches skip if the result is true, as opposed to what they do in every more advanced coding language. So this is label 3. And in case of label 3, right, we want to change the chapter objective. And we would like to search for boss. Okay, so there is no condition for defeat bosses plural, meaning that I would have to change one that is not needed, like defeat star. Defeat bosses. And then that would be one of them. The other one is defeat the boss. I definitely won't have Roy in the ROM pack, so defeat the bosses. I will have to check if I did that in the right order. Although I did not think to make a quick save. That would be more useful than this one. There's that one. It says defeat boss, and in status is defeat the boss. So did it not work, or did I set it up incorrectly? Now is the question. If I warp with one of the bosses dead, yeah, I set it up the wrong way around. But at least I put the strings in the right order. Meaning here if value is 1. We do the jump. And apparently I haven't yet prepared the dialogue for this chapter, so straight to battle preparations after that. Call preparation screen, that's the one. Although, is that something that is done at the end of an event normally? Okay. This one doesn't have battle preparation, this one should. Okay, no, it's fine to call it in the middle of the event. And then I need to call for the optional deployment of Anna. Which probably... Oh, right, that's why, there is a reason why I didn't put that in a separate event to call for Days of Access, and that is because Anna has the unique behavior of having dialogue and giving torches, specifically on chapter 2. That being said, maybe it would be... Alright, yeah, no, it will have to be done manually also because of this one, since Anna needs a unique unit placement on every map, which I also doesn't have on this one. Meaning that I need to allocate a space for a single unit, find where I have Anna, and copy her data. Except I would want to place her somewhere near the rest of the party, so maybe down here. And since I have that, now in the actual event, can you copy the whole thing? Doesn't seem like it. Now here's the million-dollar question. Did I or did I not have that saved somewhere? I'm going to turn off the screen on OBS for a moment, because I don't know where the folder is going to open, and I would like to keep my files private. So the question is where I had the files in the first place. Actually, I think they were somewhere around the actual FE builder. If I go to where that is located... Oh yeah, I have a folder for Fire Emblem tools. contains files, which contains events, and does it contain Anna? Shadow and Anna housekeeping. Yes, it does. Okay, I am back. So I do have the script for Anna, apparently. Oh, right, the first event is unique anyway, and that is because it doesn't level up Anna, only on subsequent recruitments she should level up. And she should level up and also increase the value of her support with the player. I can't remember if that's a mechanic I already talked about, but it is one that exists, I suppose. Meaning that I could actually have that separate event for Anna, as well as the Shadow, which I'm pretty sure is supposed to be the clone of Ilma that you get from her support with Alvis. Shadow. Oh, never mind, the housekeeping is for the end of the chapter. So I don't actually have it ready, it seems. So I need an empty event. How was that done again? I guess timer, events. Yeah, I guess I can just take an event from a map that I definitely won't use. And in this event, I have to basically copy this whole thing, which is black background, checking how much money the player has. What was flag 0D is something to check now, because, well, would be good to make sure that it is something that isn't unique to that one chapter. However, where does it appear? What is the purpose of you? In my notes, the only place where this flag appears is to mark whether or not the arena was built in the previous chapter, which, yeah, that is not correct. That is in fact not what I need it for. Although it might be. Is this one checking the flag 0D? I think so. No, this is conditional D. Conditional check if alive Anna. Oh, here, check if the flag was set. Okay, so this is just used in the event. I should write that down, that this one marks whether or not Anna was deployed. Anna deployed in this chapter is 0D, meaning that we do want to copy it. Also, it means that I really should check the end event in chapter 2. Oh, here I just pasted the housekeeping manually. Once again, I can't remember if there was a reason not to place it in a separate event. But either way, flag 0D is temporary, so it doesn't need to be manually reset. Okay. Show them up. We load in Anna, although we load in this Anna. And I guess we skip the conversation. We just do go to conditional, the other conditional, return this. Oh, wait, I am not thinking. There is no point in putting this in a separate event. Although I suppose since I did it already, it might as well stay that way. And after preparation screen, we will call a separate event. Specifically 9F before 80. No? Yeah, that is the correct address. What is your problem? 89 BF 80. Does it need to be 09? No. Okay, if I click on this one, it does go to the correct one, so I guess that's fine. And that does take care of the Anna deployment trigger. Also, the question is, do I have set up Jade, as in the Wyvern NPC that spawns if Tiny was killed? I am genuinely surprised that I still remember the names of all the characters. Jade's death is AF. There's a bug apparently that she didn't spawn. Oh, okay, I have it listed as other, so I guess it will be added later. For now, I am going to clear this event of things that I did not put in myself. This one also needs to be saved, yeah. And not sure how much sense it makes to do it in that order, but next thing I have on the list is the event for spawning the NPCs. Which I apparently started. So over here it might make sense to move the camera to where they are supposed to appear. But probably just move the camera to the specific XY, being the entrance of the temple. So it loads the neutral units. I am not going to touch the music for now. It would probably make sense for them to have some kind of speech, but I won't be writing it right now either. What is important is that over in event conditions, they should appear on turn 2. also they should be using I guess I do need to set up the flag for them in the start event. So if we are doing these style changes, we also turn on flag number 7. This way, if the temple is destroyed, these should not spawn. And the unit placer, I am supposed to set up their AI. And I know that there was a patch for Talk AI, but it's possible I haven't installed it yet. Additional AI, Talk AI. Okay, I do have it. So implement something, start an AI. Which AI is it? Do not attack, target, attack, heal. Random move towards, coordinate movement. Is that something I have to go to the advanced AI? Because that is something I have not been digging into yet. But this patches window is either not being particularly specific or I am missing it. Oh, AI to number 8. So in unit placer, secondary AI number 8 is unlabeled. But that is the one that these people should have. Also, they definitely shouldn't all be souls. That is clearly something I haven't set up yet. Meaning that I might need to actually find portraits for them and names if I want to stick to my idea that there are no generic NPCs. Okay, where is AI2? This is target AI. This is AI1. There is AI2. And 8. They need to move towards a specific unit. Did I specify what unit they should move towards? Appear only in the Sanction Exist version. Respond properly. Okay, not sure if it's possible to modify the AI here to have a priority list. To switch between units depending for who is alive. They are using here 2 units. So if I can figure out how to set up these conditions, then I should be able to make it pick the unit that is alive, because I do want them to be by default targeting Valerie, since she's supposed to be the leader of the party. However, it is possible that she got dropped to 0 health, and even though she doesn't die, she can no longer be deployed for a time. So there needs to be a fallback behavior. And apparently I already written out in my notes a fairly long list of fallbacks. I have no idea what it is with the AI script results, what they mean. But pointers, I suppose, should be usable to point towards the flag of whether or not the given unit is alive. That is complicated to figure out. How exactly do I want to do that? Okay, maybe I'll leave that one for later. I don't need to do everything in the exact same step order. Apparently the next thing I was supposed to make is ground reinforcements coming from the central lake and the upper diagonal of the big river. No, don't move Ilmater. Okay, is there something that doesn't require me to think right now? No. Okay, we can end the chapter so we can set up the death events for the 2 bosses. Death quote, that's the one. We can set up death events for the 2 bosses so that only if both of them are dead we end the chapter. Because this one said they'll defeat boss flag, while over in this chapter 47 in chapter 3 Borlov's death should set off his specific flag, which is 78. And his speech is 96. Although I'm not sure if that one will be used, because it's possible that I must replace it with an event. Again, it's another thing that I don't exactly remember, how you determine the ending of the chapter. I seem to remember that this somewhere in these events, like an always condition. An always condition is used for the game over, so that's not it. This event is just a tutorial one. Top conditions, map objects. Always conditions, tutorial, traps. Chapter end event? No. End events are called at the end of the chapter once flag 03 is set. So what is normally setting flag 03 if you defeat the boss? Chapter 2 is defeat boss. So how does that translate? Noctar sets the flag number 2 and doesn't call an additional event, meaning that some other event is checking if he's dead. Flag condition, that's it. And if it is triggered, then this one calls the end event. Meanwhile, in this chapter, I will have to add the flag condition. To have 2 of them. Okay, this actually will be more complicated because in this chapter I will also have it set up so the enemies can escape, the bosses I mean, and you know, show up to cause you problems in the chapter after that, which they would also do if you didn't go to the Gaiden chapter. Meaning that I would also have to check for the flags of them escaping. So yeah, this will be more complicated and I might need to do it not so late at night and properly written out first, so I think I'll call the stream there. Thanks for being here for most of it. I guess it was at least somewhat more interesting than just coding. And the way I plan on doing this is Mondays will be Divine Dream dev streams, Fridays will be NetHack dev streams. And I will also try to get a video out this week talking more or less about what my plans are for the foreseeable future. So, until next time, farewell.